It's 5:30, we'll call the meeting to order.
I got an name, this is-
And I'm Steve Barrett, Jerry Waterman, and Rick Goslin. We are your elected select board. We have a meeting on the first Thursday of every month, and it is to pay the town's bills. So the first item up we have on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of 12/5 meeting. Any motion?
I make the motion to approve the minutes of 12/5 meeting.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any corrections, admissions, errors?
I didn't see any.
I didn't either. Any further discussion on the minutes? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, unanimous. And Lindsay, she's here or not?
She is not
Appear
here.
to be.
So,
I haven't heard from her. She just, last month asked to be put on the January agenda.
yeah,
She might be a little bit late. She comes from quite a ways away. so.
okay. Why don't we just move on to Jeff? You're here. We can do your Newport ambulance budget. Is that fine?
Sure.
Okay. And then you can.
You guys have a copy of it, correct, that I sent to you guys?
It was sent to.
Okay.
Yep, I did review that.
So, this year there's a few things, you know, we've expanded, we're now covering over 300 square miles. Our call volume was 2,948 calls for the area. 147 of them were in Newport Town, We also did 30 more Newport Town residents transfers out of North Country, whether they went to Dartmouth or another facility. So we also service that. We've hired an extra crew, so we're now running 3 full-time 24/7 crews. We have 5 ambulances. We only relied on mutual aid 5 times this year. We've provided mutual aid 120 times. So we covered almost everything. We are asking for a 3% increase this year. I believe it's, so 48,713 is what we're asking for this year.
It was 47 something.
47,294 last year.
Okay.
So just about 1,400
Mhm.
more. We did see a huge increase in our health insurance, which I think everybody saw. I know they were asking for over 20% and they settled for 12. But that is a drastic increase for us. So, any questions on the budget from?
No, I thought the increase was respectable, you know. I did kind of was hoping it was gonna go the other way, based on, you know, consolidation and what was gonna be taking place,
Yeah.
but.
And unfortunately, nothing is going down for us.
That is correct.
We were able to really keep it reasonable, but we had to absorb the increases with the health insurance, the increases with diesel fuel. And
You do know how this works with us, correct?
I do.
Okay.
I can leave you the contract. I know you have to vote on it at town meeting, and then usually you guys sign it and then send it back, depending on the voters.
Right.
So, I did bring it if you wanted to keep it, or do you,
Yeah,
I don't know how it usually works with the contract with you guys.
well, what we do is, we'll take that figure.
Yeah.
We'll put it into the town warning
Yep.
for first Tuesday in March. And then if it's approved by the voters, we
Yeah.
sign the contract and we're done, ready to
Yep.
go.
In the past, they've always come back and we signed it then.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can hold on to the, I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah.
I know in the past, we usually show up to your town meeting in case there's any questions. So on that night, I'll
If the
come
town
down if
approved
there's
it,
any.
then you guys come back and we signed it.
And
Okay.
in your view, you guys usually put a letter together for the town report.
Yep,
I think I already
and
have it.
Yep, I sent that to you, I think yesterday.
And will it have that criteria? that
It's
you-
basically what I just read off. This is what
That's
I
all I
read off
wanted
from.
was something for the voters.
Yep,
So-
so it breaks down exactly what we did, on how many calls, and what we covered for the
Yep.
town of Newport.
Do you want us to put you on the agenda for March's town meeting?
Absolutely, if you want, and I know Mike has come in the past, and I'll be more than happy to come.
Great.
Yeah,
So,
it's usually the Thursday after town meeting.
yep, so I will plan on attending.
Excellent. We
All
like
right,
that.
thank you, guys.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Do we usually do have a representative from the ambulance at the town meeting too, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, the town has.
that's what he
The-
says.
Yes, the town has one at the,
Right.
at,
Well,
yes.
you guys
Yeah.
usually come.
Usually, yeah, to that one at night?
Yes.
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 Because I know the
Mike
sheriff's
has
come and
always
then,
showed
Yeah,
up.
Mike's always showed up,
yeah, I went last year with Mike and
Okay.
we talked about what we covered.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was many questions, but.
And we'll have to give you permission to speak.
Right,
Yes, I know
right.
that's what we did last year.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was there last year.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Yes, okay, good.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Yep, I can we'll go to appearances by local citizens and visitors. Got Barry Shahajian and then Tom Pingree asked to be on here. And John Moran, you want to speak to us?
No, I'm only here for Tom, and if in case you guys had any questions, I
Okay,
could help.
so I'm just
clarify.
looking at dividing the time up. Who would like to go first, Barry or Tom? It don't matter.
Tom go. Alrighty. Alright, so,
Join
I'm
us.
up front?
Yeah.
Alright. So it's the first time doing this, but, so I'm coming to you guys about maybe, have you guys heard about what's going down in Virginia? Like, about the Second Amendment and the governor trying to take away their right to bear arms? Well, Vermont is on the fast track of doing the same. I don't know if you guys have heard about the bill, about them trying to ban all semi-automatic weapons. There's new legislator in process right now. It's in Montpelier. There's the committee down in Chittenden, I believe, is what's trying to pass it, trying to make it statewide. Step that people have been taking down in Virginia is making their counties, their cities, their towns Second Amendment sanctuaries. And it's pretty much them taking a stand against their Second Amendment rights being violated. And I'm pretty much coming to you guys tonight, seeing maybe what we could do for something like that in our local area. I've got some ordinances right here from Gun Owners of America offline. They've got drafts, they got petitions. Whatever needs to be done, I'm willing to put in some work to maybe get this moving.
Are you
Pretty
a
much.
resident? of
I am. I
Newport?
live literally like right around the corner.
That's a big issue, Second Amendment, that's a constitutional thing.
It is.
And my opinion of that is to overturn that, there is a procedure.
Okay.
It has to be nationally done. And a vote to change the Constitution of the United States is a pretty big thing, so I don't know about how this governor will go about taking away the rights of a citizen of the United States. I don't know how that can do that.
It's pretty crazy right now. Down in Virginia, there's a bunch of militia groups. There's like 1,500 man march to their state capital in a couple weeks. He's upped the budget for corrections to, in advance to arresting people not willing to give in their firearms. And I'm just afraid that Vermont is going to take the same steps in that direction with them making these bills, trying to ban.
I guess I'm confused. What is Virginia doing to ban semi-automatic?
He's saying right now, he's claiming all semi-automatic weapons are considered assault weapons. And he's saying that it's not our right, or their right, Virginians' right to bear arms, to be able to have that. And he's taking it away from them. He's literally telling the cops down there, if they don't do it, they're gonna be fined. They're gonna lose their jobs. And there's just cops down there, sheriffs, said they're not gonna stand for it. They're not gonna do it. And like I said, I'm afraid of Vermont. It's gonna take that step in the same direction. And I'm just here trying to do my part, I guess.
Oh,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand. It's a free country.
Yes, sir.
It is, and I totally believe in it. So you're welcome to leave that stuff for us to review if you
Yes, sir.
can.
Yeah, that's-
And,
Are other towns in Vermont doing anything? Are you guys doing anything?
Yes, Holland is having a discussion about it January 16th. Just to kind of elaborate, again, I'm from Holland, so I'm not a Newport Center resident. Just to kind of elaborate, it's similar to sanctuary cities for illegal immigrants. the issue with marijuana. It's legalized now in the state, but not federally. So while there's no constitutional binding to this resolution, essentially, it's more of a political issue that brings about the topic at hand, and it helps prove it highlights a political pathway to show that, hey, we support the Second Amendment in said town, county, or municipality. It's more of a symbolic gesture as much as anything, really, just like the marijuana laws here, right? It's legal in the state, but federally, you can't do it. So there's a play between the federal government, state government, and local municipalities. So it's just as much as a political thing as it is a strict ordinance or something along those lines. And to kind of elaborate with what Tom was saying, overnight since the election of last year, Virginia had an election that the Democrats, not to get partisan, many of whom favor gun confiscation, red flag laws, a plethora of different policies. Counties and towns, pretty much within the past month, I think there's 100 or some odd that passed.
92% of Virginia is now Second Amendment sanctuary.
Yes, so it's just as much as a political issue as a legal binding, county municipality ordinance or something. Just to kind of highlight that certain areas.
And I'm pretty sure I was told that Harrisburg is already Second Amendment sanctuary, from what I was told. Could be wrong, but I was told that.
I
By a
could check on, I
resident.
could call the town clerk and see.
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't either.
about that.
Mm.
So,
And did you guys know this state is a red flag state
for,
for its Second Amendment? So pretty much, essentially, second red flag states that the cops or whoever, an authority figure, come into your household without due process and take your firearms. And setting this in force, like, would put a hinge in that process. I'm not saying it'd stop it, but put a hinge in it and would stop somebody from taking.
yeah, you get a court order to do that.
If somebody, it's pretty silly, if somebody calls and they complain, say like a veteran, somebody says that he's got PTSD, and you can call it state troopers. with
That's not
anything.
true.
They can, I'll pull it up, but it's a red flag.
That's not true. I've been a cop for 44 years, and we've never been able to go into a household and take a gun away without a court order.
Right, okay, well, I understand.
Yeah.
The red flag laws, you can still have a court order, you're supposed to get one, you have to. But
Okay,
the
then
process.
you're going for a court order to get
Yes,
it.
but the process
Somebody-
of getting it is similar to what he's saying. But yeah, you have to have a court order, at least a signature from a judge, in my
Yes.
understanding. And that's when they can.
That's because that person is deemed a danger to himself
Yes.
or somebody else.
Exactly.
Correct.
Something along those lines, yes.
Pretty much all I had. Sorry, I
Okay.
wasn't trying to argue with you.
No, but
Mistaken.
No,
been there,
no,
done
that's-
that, so.
Yeah, I mean, we'll review this,
Yes.
and if you'd like us to get back to you, we can.
Is there a way I can get you guys' emails possibly, or give
Oh,
you my
certainly.
email before we leave here?
Yep.
Yeah, and if you want to come to the next meeting, it's going to be the first Thursday in February, see, it wouldn't hurt to maybe be put on the agenda.
I can do that.
Okay.
You have all our emails, right?
Mhm.
You get his, and then you could send him ours.
Yeah, can we do that? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
what's your email?
It's Thomas_Pingree @hotmail.com.
PINGREE
Yes, ma'am.
at Hotmail.
Yes, ma'am.
The THOM?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Thomas_Pingree at hotmail.com. And your cell phone number is 67302, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Be easier for her to send them all, because she has them.
Yeah,
She can
that's
just,
understandable.
Yeah.
for us to give them all to you now.
If for some reason I get it wrong, yeah, I'll email you on Monday morning and just give you the free email addresses.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And you're welcome to come anytime.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
See ya. Oh, we'll hang out. See how this finishes up.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Barry?
Let me get my glasses.
Just that one.
Just that one copy.
Excuse me, I'm gonna do a sync point real quick.
Your name, sir?
Oh, Joseph Gressler. So I have two parts to this discussion. First is the water committee. Second is the website and live broadcasting. Concerning the water system, I previously requested and received hundreds of pages from the USDA through the Freedom of Information Act, as well as numerous documents from Denise with the Public Records Law Act. So now I have all this information, have yet to share it with the water users of this town. Part of the reason is the sheer volume of information, and it's difficult to deliver. Can't talk about it in 2 minutes, contracts, and I can't even communicate it. So, in the last couple of years, after the Select Board appointed Water Committee dissolved, I assumed the role of the Water Committee by staying up to date on attending all Select Board meetings, studying the laws, everything to do with it. So I know what's going on, and I am well informed, but it's not doing anybody any good. So at this time, I will no longer assume the role of the Water Committee. I'm making it official that I am the Water Committee. Official in the way of our Constitution. I know what the Select Board is going to say. They're going to say that this is not official because I did not get approval of the Select Board. Well, I really wouldn't ask the Select Board to make me, for a water committee, because I don't think it would work. And I like to travel alone to get a lot more work done. I don't think I could function well in a committee. So anyway, I don't need your approval. Attorney Jenny Prosser from the Secretary of State helped me out on this. I asked her, she said, yeah, sure, you use two of the elements of our Constitution, the right to assembly and freedom of speech. There you go. So I am the Water Committee, and I have a plan for how it's going to happen and what I'm going to do, but the name I will be using is the Water Committee FTP, for the people, the Water Committee FTP. My primary goal at this time is I want to know everything about the expenses, everything about the money. So, and we have to wait 2 years before we get an explanation from the Select Board on what we will be charged. So right now, I want to know what the expenses are, every one of them. I would like to look at each and every expense that this water system is costing the water use and publish this online. I will have discussion with the water users via my broadcasting system through Facebook Live on a monthly basis, which allows me to show Select Board meetings and any videos, documents, websites, all at once with a talking head. You know, if you're familiar with that, you know, you see a little square with me talking, and I'll also be able to see comments by the viewers. So it's actually better than a live meeting. The videos will also be archived and saved on the town Newport website for anyone to view in the future. I will inform the water users of every detail, so when the day comes that you people schedule a meeting, that the Select Board will schedule the meeting for the updates in the billing, the people will be ready to discuss the billing and ask informed questions and discussion. So I need the cooperation from Denise, because I will be using the Public Records Act to go through the books and look at all the expenses. I'm going to come to the town clerk's office, and as is my right, I will request Denise to produce the records, bills, contracts, etc., which I will view and copy myself in my cell phone. So you don't have to make any copies. All you got to do is tell me where I can sit, in here, over there, and I estimate it will be about an hour a month. And I will be asking you for documents, and I have more to say about that, so we can, I want to say a little about how we are communicating now, how we can make that better. But first, part two, the website. I've not posted on the website information of the town's business for 1 year. I was busy, so it was a lot of work. I put in hundreds of hours in that website, and it's a top-notch website. I use WordPress. It is good. It's as good as any I've seen, you know, with the exception of, like a town that can afford one. It's as good as any of them, except they may have more information, entertainment, everything. Mine is all business. So there's a lot of content there. I'll resume this monthly payables and minutes for the meetings this first month of 2020. A lot of people like that. Every first of the month I'd publish, Denise would give me payables and minutes, and I'd publish them and post it on Facebook, which linked to my website, and they were PDFs, you can make them larger and smaller, download them if you want. So I really do not have the time to do this, but I'm gonna make time. The lack of transparency in good old boy system where only a few people are informed with small bits of information via word of mouth is hurting the town, in my opinion. We need transparency. I have the means, I have the media to do this. And it's top notch, it's cutting edge. This is my background, but we're going. So Denise, right now I am receiving your business emails. And I'm getting more of them all of the time. And I will even get more because when I start adding content to the website, page rank goes up. Page rank is way up there now. I know that you have a website, there is no page rank. You know, websites are complex and it's all about SEO and this and that, and that's second nature to me after all I've done. So, I mean, you know, when I do a website, SEO is forefront in my mind, everything I do, every sentence. Anyway, so I feel that, you know, like we don't do each other any favors, so, so, you know, it's kind of mutual in that. So, but anyway, besides, it's extra work I do not need. However, you know, to forward you the emails that I get from your contractors and other people, I think there's about 6 of them in there right now. And I don't know whether you got them finally or not. So I'd like to make a suggestion, a quid pro quo deal to you, Denise. Take it or leave it, don't care. So I can create a link to automatically forward these emails that come to my website instead of yours. Because when they come to my website, they see Town Newport, they see it's a professional looking website, and they go to, you know, like contact. My name's the only name on there. So I'll make you a deal. So I can create a link to automatically and forward the emails to your email in exchange for you sending me the monthly payables and minutes electronically when you get them done each month. That's all I ask. You give them to me with paper. Paper is tedious for me. I have to transfer them into other HTML and this and that, and then I got I got to scan them, and it's a lot of work. And if I could get digital copies, I don't know how you keep them. I'm assuming you must have digital copies somewhere. You know, and I have to go pick them up too. So that would make my life easy because I'm taking on this burden of work for transparency. That would help me a little. And in turn, you don't have to answer me tonight. I don't care. Think about it. So that's all I'd ask. You just do that small thing for me once a month when you're doing them. Press a button and email to me. So there are other ways I could provide you access to the website to actually get more work done and be more productive. But I don't feel that you people are interested in a website. And if you're ever ready to discuss this, we could do it. You know, let me know, but I'll be up front. It won't be free. Website work is hard work. But, you know, I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for a contract, but if you ever want to, you know, go that way, a website can do a lot of things. And I think it would help, but I'm not pushing it. I just wanted to put that out there. Don't want us to discuss it today. Okay, there's one issue you and I have, and Denise, I'd like to straighten this out to save time and confusion when I'm inspecting documents. And that's, and we've run into, we've collided on this a few times. It's the non-specific journal entries that include a reference number and an amount only, an acronym, stuff like that. I need specific details in your journal entries when I make a PR request. You said you don't know what I mean by journal entries. Well, journal entries are the specifics of the deal. For instance, ABC Company, general maintenance, $3,000. That's something that you might put. So what was done exactly? Labor, contracts, I want to know exactly what was done, and that's what a journal is. That's what I learned in school. Journal entries are the very specifics of a payment. And sometimes I feel as though that lacks up here when you people are looking at things. You're looking at numbers with no details of actually what happened. You know, that's, you know, I mean, you know, it needs to be, for me, you do what you want with that information, but me, when I'm getting these in, I want specific information, which means when I come here, and I'm going to say, like like for instance, what you gave me that last time, and I asked you to bring the documents last time to the meeting, you didn't show up, then I changed my mind on the whole thing. I'm gonna come to the office, spend an hour there.
They were at the table, the last meeting. I wasn't here, but your documents were here. Steve and Jerry both mentioned to you that there was a folder here that had your name on it with the documents you requested, but you chose not to look at them.
I didn't hear that, but anyway, I definitely did not hear that. I would have heard that if it was said to me, but it doesn't make any difference. I'll take them now anyway.
I didn't make copies. They were just here. You told me not to make copies in your email, just to have them here.
Okay, can I inspect them then, and I'll give them back to you before I leave?
I don't have them in here right now. They were here at the last meeting.
I must be, I was here. It wasn't mentioned. The last meeting got a little heated anyway.
Well, this was at the
I'm gonna
beginning.
try to stay away from that.
Yep.
That type of behavior at a meeting. And beside, I believe between my Learning and Action Committee, which is going very well, 20 to 25 people come every month. It's a lot better than what you do here. It's convenient for people to do that when I do these meetings. They get informed, and so now I'm gonna be doing 2 meetings. I'm gonna do the Learning and Action Committee for all other business, and to keep people informed and discuss, and also the water meeting. I felt as though having water meeting at the Learning and Action Committee, a lot of people don't have water wells, they have their own wells, and they're not paying bills, so they're not gonna be interested. So I'm gonna make them separate, and it is going well. I'm having a little, the software and hardware I'm using is very difficult. I've been wanting to do it a long time, but I knew it was gonna be a big learning curve. It finally took a few days to study it up and get it going, but it's been rocky. I'm getting better this time. It's a great platform, unbelievable. Anyway, it can, some select boards are doing that in here, as well, which would be absolutely ideal. And but I know you people, for the most part, do not like computer work. Denise doesn't like Facebook, all of that, so that stuff would never work here. Okay, so you gave me, okay, so you're gonna, I can look at those things there, and when I see them, I still may not be happy with everything that is there. We've had a problem with that type of communication, but like I said, I need, journal entries are the basic. John Doe over here wants to work for the town. He's going to mow the lawn, or he's going to do some work. There's always an invoice. There's always something that specifically says what was done, how much time it took, materials used. There's always something like that, and so that's the thing that I'm not getting from you. And I'm going to be doing this until you decide to. Because I want to know every instance of the meeting. I'll take my time, I'll go through it, an hour a month, I'll study it, bring it out put it over the internet for people to look at it, and I'm going to go back through all the page, every details of all the contracts you did. The USDA gave me everything. They're very helpful. They are, all the people I've met on state and I guess the USDA is federal level, they all are committed, very committed to transparency, and they help you almost anything you do. People have gone out of their way. They've praised my efforts. I know you people don't like what I'm doing. State level, they think I'm, quote, the bond banksman, the bond banker president. I talked to him over there. I was talking about the thing, and he said, I'm bragging, I guess, but who cares? He said, more people should do what I'm doing, would have a better government. You people don't feel that way. You won't have me beat up. Keep your mouth shut and don't ask questions. That's all right. It's all right. This is how we move forward in time. This is democracy. Arguments happen, fist pounding. Teddy Kennedy was known as pounding his fist, screaming half the meetings he went to. It's where it's at. It's not like you have to sit here and act like it's a fascist regime. You can't talk. Shut up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, the past, I've been asking meetings, you give me these things, you say, I give you everything I have, and this has led to the frustration on your part as well as mine. If we could get a communication that I want to, I don't see any reason why you would wanna hide these things from me. I know you're honest, but, I'm used to a certain protocol for, for accounting. I don't know, and, it appears to me, from what I see on the outside, it appears to me the way you use, shortcut, non-specific labeling and acronyms, it's an easy way for you, you know what I mean? But then on the other hand, ultimately, you're the only one that really knows what's happening, because you put in these little codes and acronyms and shorten things, so that's what I can't deal with, because when I get one of those, it tells me nothing. It tells me this money was spent, and it was budget number, it's labeled batch number 4936, but what does batch number 4936 mean? So that's what I'm gonna be asking you, and I will be patient, I'm not gonna be impatient, but that's what, every time I look at a document, I learn about it, and I find other things that lead from that document that I have to examine to understand what's going on, and then I wanna communicate it to the people so they understand it. That's my mission, and I feel as though these meetings are gonna be, they're heading towards the point where I think they'll be more important than this meeting, to me. I'll be able to communicate, and people have shown an interest, they stay the whole time. And, since it's archived, 4 days later, someone else will look at it, another person will look at it, and it's really going well. And, this is the day and age. This is a day of video, cell phones, communication. This is what it's all about. This, this type of meeting has been dying for a long time, and it's not gonna come back. It's gonna be media. All media is slowly getting there. Really, this is the biggest crowd we've had in months, just meeting here, but it's because there's a few people that wanna do something, wanna talk about things, and I'm surprised Lindsay didn't come. I would like to hear that, but that's all I got to say for now.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions for Barry?
Yes,
Yes, Mr. Best.
you say that your website is up to date and current, and it's this, that, and the other thing, but you usually leave halfway through the meeting. I've been on your website, there's been several omissions on that website that you probably didn't want the people to know.
Is that right?
That's right.
Like what?
A little discussion one night when you claimed that I threatened you.
You did.
Well, the board can tell you
My
whether I
wife,
felt that
my
or not.
wife, my wife will confirm
But
that.
that
She was
was
here.
excluded from your website.
Well, I didn't want to put the dirt in there. I don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
waste my time on minutia that you do.
But you want to make the town aware of all this stuff, but you don't put things on there, and you leave halfway through the meeting.
Would you like to help me enter content in the website? I do it for free. It's a lot of work. You come in and complain.
It's
What
not
do
a
you
very good
do?
website.
Huh?
It's not a very good website.
You're not a very good person.
We need
That
to move
is
on.
a superb website. You really know what a website is?
It's not superb if it doesn't have all the information in it.
Website work is time consuming. I put in as much as I can. You wanna help?
You put in what you
wanna
want to
help?
put in. and
Gentlemen.
what happens.
Absolutely. I put in what I want. It's
That's
my
it.
website.
Come on, guys, we gotta
I
move
have to
on.
say,
We gotta stop. We
Who
can't.
wants to fight, you know?
We need to move on.
We don't like each other, right?
I won't go into my opinion of you.
Oh, that's all right. I don't care anyway. I could care less what you think of me.
Okay, we gotta move on.
Lindsay still didn't come?
No.
I'm laughing at you too. I had to tolerate you laughing at me.
Barry is-
Months,
Barry,
every month,
that's enough.
every month, he was sitting there laughing at me like a buffoon. You like it?
Let's move on.
Yeah, I think so.